Welcome back to the Bryan Devore Connection. I'm your host, Bryan Devore. The Gary and Mary West PACE program is another wonderful PACE program in San Diego County, specifically in San Marcos, and they serve people throughout North County. So I wanted to have my friend Mary Jurgensen come on and talk about the wonderful work that they do there. Mary, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Bryan. Thanks for having me today.
My pleasure. So my first experience with the PACE program in general was with you and with Gary and Mary West PACE. And now there's other programs as well, but I wanted you to come and talk about specifically the Gary and Mary West PACE program. Tell us, just generally speaking, what is the PACE model?
Sure. The PACE model is really designed to help low-income seniors, 55 or older, who are in need of managing their chronic care needs and may lack traditional resources in order to do so in the community.
Got it. So what kind of services can they expect to get with the PACE model?
You know, really comprehensive medical care is a huge part of what PACE does. We help manage everything from traditional, regular routine checkups, everything to acute crisis, health conditions. Maybe someone has a condition change where they automatically think, I need to go to the ER. But PACE programs are really designed to help avoid those hospitalizations and help manage health conditions so someone can stay at home and not go in and out of the hospital, not go in and out of acute care settings.
Got it. So it really they become the primary care doctor for these folks, is that right?
Correct. Primary care doctor. We also provide transportation, social services, so everything from assistance to community resources that can be found through our social workers, help with food resources. So we absolutely have experts that can help design meal plans for someone who may have chronic conditions such as kidney disease and need a renal diet. And then PT, OT, and occupational therapy. I shouldn't say PT, OT. Occupational therapy, physical therapy, and even speech therapy.
I knew what you meant. Okay. And we'll talk a little bit about, I want to talk briefly about the Essential Needs Drive, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But tell us about the Gary and Mary West PACE and how you guys started and so forth.
Sure. We were started about 4 years ago. We were the vision of Gary and Mary West, who are actually local residents here in California, San Diego in particular. And they recognized a need for seniors, especially low-income seniors, to have access to those very things we just spoke about. Comprehensive medical care, transportation, food resources, and even seeking care for their own family members. It struck them that it's very difficult to find even when you have the ability to pay for those things. They thought, what if you don't have the financial resources? What if you don't have the family that can advocate for you? How do these people find help? So they joined a national movement. There are right now about 146 PACE organizations in the whole country, and we are just one small little program here in North County trying to make a difference, largely because two people, just like you and me, really saw the need and have devoted their commitment and their funding to make us a program.
That's pretty amazing.
It is.
So one of the things you and I talked about was, what makes the Gary and Mary West PACE Center different than some of the other PACE programs that are out there. We talk about sort of the neighborhood feel and so forth. So let's talk about that.
I think what makes it different is just what I experienced today, when coming to speak with you. We really pride ourselves in being part of that North County community and family. I am an unabashedly honest and happy Carlsbad native. I was born here. I live here, and I hope to someday, maybe pass away here in North County. It's the relationships. It's knowing if someone is looking to sell their home, who do I call? I would call Bryan. I would, as a start, I would say, Bryan, who could help this family? Give me a couple of resources, yourself and who else. Recently, we had a family who had tremendous hoarding issues. Jamie Shapiro's name came up with Silver Lining Transitions. Someone else I know we both know. For home care, it's knowing that we would call Linda, over at Qualicare. We've got Tara with Care Choices. I mean, these are names that roll off the tip of our tongue because it's not just names of businesses. It's people who I know personally. My children have gone to school with them. It's that personal connection to know that if you know someone in need, you're handing it off not just to an organization, you're handing it off to Mary and her team, or you're handing it off to Bryan and his team.
Right.
I think that's really the difference we offer.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. And I know, serving on the board for the Foundation for Senior Wellbeing, we partnered a lot with the Gary and Mary West PACE just to provide different components of the care, for seniors. You provide the medical care, and the foundation would provide information and resources and so forth. So it's all sort of a collaborative effort that you're talking about, working with individuals, with companies, other nonprofit organizations. They really all come together that make a difference.
Absolutely. And PACE programs are all required to provide the same 11 core services. So, I like to think that North County has a choice. Up until 4 years ago, St. Paul's was the only PACE program in San Diego. We didn't have PACE in North County. It was something working in healthcare that I often wished we had. So I think it's a wonderful benefit that now folks have choice in North County. If not West PACE, we always tell families, you can go and talk to someone else. If we're not the right fit, certainly go talk to some other PACE programs and find what you think is the right fit for mom and dad. Most importantly, just find the help.
Right, that's the key thing. And then, we talked a little about the Essential Needs Drive. You've done it a couple times.
Absolutely.
I'm assuming doing it again this year.
We sure are.
And it's a great opportunity to provide what people really need the most just to maintain their quality of life.
Correct. And I would say, Brian, you've been one of our biggest supporters, so we always thank you for that. But the Essential Needs Drive is really a time for us to ask the community for some support. This year, primarily, we're asking for blankets for our participants, and we're looking for a total of about 300 blankets that we could gift to both our participants and then other members in the community. We'll also have a drive-through GoFundMe where we collect monetary donations in lieu of goods, and we gift those to, we create packages of additional items to gift to individuals who may need more than just that blanket. Last year we had a gentleman who lived in a garden shed, didn't have windows in that shed, didn't have running water, didn't have access to electricity, but he didn't have a bed. And our team, when they visited, were struck by the fact that this gentleman was sleeping on a cold, hard ground with blankets. So imagine the difference that it made for this gentleman, where you can't go in and completely transform his home. This is his home. But we were able to go and buy an army cot. We were able to buy a sleeping bag and then some warm flannel shirts and give those to him, not where he felt that it was a judgment of how he was living, but in a way to make him feel more comfortable in his own home. And that was all from donations that we raised at the Essential Needs Drive.
It's amazing. And it helps provide additional dignity.
Absolutely.
And gives them additional purpose.
Sure.
And helps prolong life in a quality way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So more information is on your screen for how to contact the Gary and Mary West PACE program. I believe Mary's information is on the screen, website, the whole 9 yards. Learn more about the Essential Needs Drive that's coming up. Probably don't have the information yet on the website, but it'll probably be coming up, I'm guessing, in about a month or so.
In about a month. November 1st is our kickoff.
All right,
Yep.
so it's coming up pretty soon. So Mary, thank you very much for coming and
Brian.
talking to me today.
All right, thank you.